Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? It's your host, Fawn Nanji on the Social Climate. Last episode, we covered the religious institution. The religious instruction of the Negro, and it was kind of heavy. It was a little bit heavy, guys. And so today we're gonna talk about black on black violence. You know what I mean? You know, it's about time to talk about us. You know, it's good to get into how we got to this situation. At the end of the day, we got to have that discussion. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit. We're gonna have a series on this one. It's probably gonna be more than one episode, but you guys tune in, like, and subscribe. It's your host, Fawn Nanji, on Social Climate.
We bout them good times when the skies is gray. Them sour lemons, we turn them to lemonade. Turn rain to sunshine, elevate to one mind. Demonstrate just one time. Come together and combine. The economics we showing, industries we moving, in the streets we growing. Turn a black coal into shimmery and golden. Self-esteem perfect. Give a child dreams, cause he definitely deserve it. I don't wanna lie no more. All I want's the truth for you. All I want's the truth for you. I don't wanna lie no more. All I want's the truth for you. All I want's the truth for you.
The Truth for Youth Foundation, an association created for the betterment of all youth, all cultures, ethnicities, and backgrounds. Our fight is to equal the playing field for youth whose ancestral history and cultures have been left out, misunderstood, or misrepresented in the environment they are subject to learn and be evaluated in. We want to raise awareness and funds that can go toward programming and curriculum that boosts individual growth, self-esteem, family structure, community development, and maintenance.
All right, here we go. We're gonna jump right into it. All right, guys. First off, I'm gonna talk about statistics a little bit. Statistics can be a little deceiving, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Statistics can be a little deceiving, ladies and gentlemen. You know, they talk about the high rates of the black on black violence in our communities, in the minority communities. But honestly, most crimes of violence and stuff, whether it be domestic violence or something like that, usually happens within the community where people live. So if it's white people committing crimes, or so-called white people, whatever ethnic group they are, that are committing a crime, it's going to be within their own neighborhood. It's going to be white on white. If you look at the statistics on white on white crime, this is high. Honestly, it might be off slightly. I don't got the statistics in front of me, but if you take a look, you'll see what I'm saying. But we're gonna jump into it, and the thing is, like, the reason I didn't want to start talking right about black on black violence is because to get to the root of the issue, you got to understand how you got where you at. You know what I'm saying? Uh, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. You know, I can't assume you do, but if you don't, you need to go back and watch some of my other episodes. I talk about a lot of things about the old world and new world, about the history of the so-called Negro, about how things, how life was before the push for capitalism and stuff like that. So when the world changed and things started changing, you know, it went from slave labor to a different form of slave labor with capitalism. And so still have people on the low end of the totem pole, that are struggling to survive. That's the facts. So, whenever there's poverty, there's going to be violence. Wherever there's poverty, there's going to be violence. Where I grew up, what I mean? It was rough neighborhood. Uh, First kid I knew that went to school with died. I was like in the fourth grade or something, fourth, fifth grade. Kid played football. You know, went up to somebody's door. Aggressively. They shot through the door. Wow, he was dead, gone. Another one when I was 6th grade. Guy in my class, I'm gonna keep names out of it. Rest in peace. Decided to join the gang and wound up getting himself killed. You know, and it's just so unfortunate because so many of my friends didn't have father role models. Me being an immigrant coming from another country, I have the experience to say that I've been on the other side of the world, across the ocean. Was born in a jungle, grew up like a farm environment. My parents were not there though; they were in America. They came to America, came back and got me. I've traveled a little bit, been to France, been a few other places, Dominican Republic, Netherlands, back to Africa, and I've seen a lot. And just know that where there's poverty, people are struggling, man. They're gonna do whatever they have to do to survive. That's no excuse for it, but that's why I like to dig into the history and the root of the problem of how we got to where we are before I talk about the issue at hand, which is how we can start treating each other more as humans and have respect for each other as brothers. And whether you're white or black, okay, whatever your ethnicity is, that's what it should be about, the humanity. And each to his own, should be allowed to have his own cultural practices and learn about his own mythological, historic background, and be able to install pride in his next generations. And that's what it's about. But I got a clip for you and some of you guys. I'm gonna warn you ahead of time, there is some cussing. So if you have kids in the room and you're watching this, tell them to leave the room for a second. And we'll get them back in the room when we're done with this. But it's a good movie, and some of you guys probably know right away what this is, but I ain't gonna tell you, till we get through it. And I hope you enjoy it. Listen up. Little cussing, like I said. Excuse me for the bad language.
Driver, put your hands on the steering wheel.
Got any drugs or weapons on you?
No. I didn't do nothing.
You think you tough? Think you tough, huh? Oh. You're scared now. I like that. That's why I took this job. I hate little motherfuckers like you. Little niggas, you ain't shit. Think you tough, huh? Blow your head off with this influence and you couldn't do shit. How you feel now? What set you from? Look like one of them Crenshaw Mafia motherfuckers. No, you probably one of them rolling 60s, huh? Huh?
12 out of 63, we have a possible one.
I know y'all want to see it. I'm going to get my visual together so you guys can see. But you should know already what that movie is. You know what I'm saying? If you're a movie connoisseur, okay, or if you grew up in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? You got to know what that movie is. That's Cuba Gooding Jr. right there. All right? That's Boys in the Hood. And that's the scene where he gets pulled over and the black officer hates black youth, I guess. And, he thinks he's a thug. And he thinks he belongs to a gang, man, I don't know. If you're my age and you probably been pulled over a couple times when you were young, growing up. If you were from the area where I'm from, because anybody looking like us, driving around, fit the description of a crime, right? Car matched the description. You heard that before, right? We heard some suspicious activity in the neighborhood. We were just checking to see. Can we search the car? You don't come to a complete stop. Next thing you know, they're checking your car for things and all type of stuff. And but anyway, like what they're looking for, okay, is to stop violence, right? They're policing in the community. And why was it so violent? Because maybe people were poor and they're trying to find other ways to make money that 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 can help feed their family because they didn't have other ways to make money. Is that an excuse? That's just what they were doing. That was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're killing other people from your community. And so, how do we solve that though? Because it's almost like America. America has just two Americas, right? You got the legal side of America, or you got your government, you got your citizens, then you got the illegal side of America, where you got your black market and your underground market. And most people in their lives, it's almost like Batman or Sin Robin. You know what I mean? I mean, not Batman and Robin, but Batman and Bruce Wayne. It's like they're living a double life. You know what I mean? The duality of it. Dionysus, the image with the two faces. One's like smiling and one's frowning. You ever seen that? It's a double dynamic there, because a lot of people, they may live healthy lives and have great jobs and they're great citizens, but either somebody they know or somebody they may be associated with one way or another may be involved in some criminal underground activity. And what do you do with that? You don't, that's what the snitch rule is for, right? So people's like, man, that's their business. They're doing what they do, right? Sometimes those movements end up causing things to happen in our community that brings our community down, whether it be deaths, whether it be communities being run down, whether it be the communities looked at as being unsafe to where they're redlined and regarded as properties that the bank's not going to give you a loan to purchase. These things all trickle together. And so then the negative conduct, without proper guidance, because a lot of males are in jail, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of women are doing their best, but they're working on top of trying to raise the children and find activity and good education for the child, as well as to keep them well fed and clothed and all those things. And now, man, I've noticed, man, there's a lot of men stepping up. There's a lot more men stepping up. I got to keep it 100. And we need that in our communities, because this violence is outrageous. Like, even during Corona, I'm not even gonna lie, in my own city, during Corona, there was gun violence. Rest in peace. This was personal to me because, I educate, and there was young man that passed away during this time period. 2 or 3. It's sad because I look and I see the role models, the lack of the role models. But not only that, I see that there are lots of role models that are there, but it's almost like their reach. It's like when you're holding something and it slips through your fingertips, because you can only have so much reach with the amount of time that you have, because these kids go back to the environment that they're in, and they shouldn't be a product of the environment. They should be able to raise and elevate, especially with this internet and all this technology we should have access to be able to show a child anything different in the world, something that'll give them a cultural shock, something that will blow their mind away. You just give them a different thing to think about, something other than the environment that they're in. If they're caught thinking that they have to maintain a certain status, be a certain person that somebody else was or somebody they know was, and they got to hold up that reputation and be that. And sometimes these things are put into play, and they're maintained, and those people who have struggles and who got caught up in it, sometimes it's hard to say it was wrong, man, I shouldn't have been hustling, or this whole life I thought I was doing something great, but now I look back, I could have been doing much, much more, and I wasted some of my opportunities. It's hard to say, yeah, I'm working, but sometimes I deliver stuff that I shouldn't be delivering, and I make money on the side for my family, and that's actually why I'm doing great. Ain't because I'm a hard worker, but that's why I maintain my finances, and my family is doing good, and then next thing you know, something happens, you're like, wow, my man who had that store, he's hustling. Oh, I ain't know that, right? and then somebody find out and they rob you. Somebody got killed. People in the community, and they're like, "Oh, somebody got killed. Somebody shot," and they don't know what happened. And sometimes it be deep. It might not even just be beef. It might be somebody was starving. Somebody was like, "Man, I got a quick lick. I got to hustle," and they're thinking they can get over on somebody, and somebody else is starving and feeding their family. They're like, "I'm tired of getting stuff getting over on me," and they're trying to protect their family because they've been through so much pain. They just lost somebody a month ago, 2 months ago, or a year ago, so they're on edge. They're protecting themselves, right? Sleeping with the pistol under the pillow, ready to pull out. They're hearing gunshots in their community. Fireworks sound like gunshots. You hear so many gunshots. All right? People living dramatic lives, and this is not good. We need answers. We need substance. We need to hit these ones that it hasn't quite hit them yet, man. Desperately. We need to speak to our youth, and when you're speaking to the youth, people try to feed off the youth. Guess what? They don't want to know what you're saying. They're like, what is he saying to them? Okay? I'm saying that no matter what happened to you, okay, no matter what your history, no matter how much you've been forgotten, you can still get on your square, okay, and stand up and recognize where you are and put yourself in a better place. God willing, as God is my witness. Okay. All right. You have to go through the pain sometimes to understand where you're at. Not because of hate. Okay, that's why I'm smiling now. That's how I maintain my civility, is I face the hard truth. A lot of times we're not facing the hard truth. Okay? And sometimes I got still demons I got to face. I'm not saying I'm perfect. That's why it's the social climate. What's going on in the air? What's going on in the atmosphere? What's happening to you from all angles. Because it's never just one. There's layers to the onion. So tune in, everybody. We're going to be on it. All right. Looking forward to this year coming up. All right. New Year's Eve. That's another one. Rest in peace. A young lady got killed coming out the club New Year's Eve. I don't know if it was jealousy or she was the wrong place at the wrong time, or maybe some thugs were going after someone else, and she got hit. I don't know if it was payback, retribution. Seemed like the nicest young lady in the world. Worked in the school. I worked in the school for autism on the north side. Pittsburgh Conway. Shouts out to all my people. Nice young lady. Went out for New Year's Eve. Never made it home. Rest in peace. So, just be aware, like, you can take charge of your own life, and you can actually look into other things, find some other things, especially during this tough time. Listen to some other songs. Listen to some music. Pull up some oldies. Listen to some soul music. Listen to some jazz. Play a game of cards. Play pool. You know what I'm saying? Get on the game, the video games, right? There's lots of things we could do, all right? Because the best way we can make money is if we're all eating. Then we don't got to steal from each other. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's doing some business, okay? And you at the door, but you don't got the key, and you see they got the key. You know what I'm saying? Put them down. Help them up the steps to get to the door. They'll put the key in, open the key for all of y'all. Right? You got to start doing business. Support your local businesses. All right? Voting is important, but it's not just nationally, state, and local. You know what I'm saying? Get in your communities. Volunteers. I see a lot of coaches volunteering. They all played sports. A lot of them have aspirations to want to be a head coach or something one day. Some cheerleading coaches. What about the regular people that, you guys maybe played in high school, or maybe you didn't play, but the kids need something to do. You know what I'm saying? The big league money ballers, they donate to big causes. You could donate to your neighborhood baseball team. Donate to your neighborhood football team, your neighborhood cheerleading squad. You know what I'm saying? Right? Your neighborhood chess team, chess club. You know, buy them some new pieces. Right? Go donate your time. Right? Don't just give your money. Actually go in the community and speak to the children and talk to them. You know, smile. You know, show up. Look around to see what's going on. You know, come and be a part of things. Because there's a lot of us living day to day in our own homes, worry about our own struggles, and they're not worried about what's going on around us. And there could be snakes crawling through your grass, coming to bite you in the foot, and your neighbor looking at it and seeing it, but they're not in good relationship with you to even let you know that snakes are crawling through your grass. So, man, this violence does got to come to a stop. We got to start loving each other, and I feel like it starts with having an understanding and the basis of who you are, and having a good, strong, firm belief system, you know, and having some sense of pride about yourself. You know, you learn from sports. What's the first thing that sports do? It give you the history of the team. They're like, yeah, this team started here. It was developed by this coach. This is what the mascot is. You know, this is what we sing when we win. You know, they teach you a fight song. I still know mine. You know, they install it in you, so you get that pride of who that is, and when you're fighting for that team, for that squad. We have a sense of pride of who we are, even if it was a tough struggle. So you know that you built for this. You know that you built for the struggle. You know that you can get through anything, because you have so many success stories that you look at to say, you know what, our people are a resilient people. Okay, and so this violence that goes on, there's way more success stories. There's way more exciting things going on, positive things going on, growth, stimulation, and that's what we need to promote. Sometimes it's about what you promote, and so we get through the tough times, but then we need to, you know, still stay positive as far as like what the plan is when we're moving forward. So when that plan gets installed, have you open and have your ears open. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Have your mind open, because you never know where it's going to come from. Right? And so social climate, we're going to get to interviewing and have people on here, and we're going to get descriptive, and we're going to get visual, you know what I mean? We're going to get all type of things going on. But at the end of the day, right, it's about the youth. And it's about helping those that need it. And it's about getting the story correct for them. And so I love y'all. You know, stay tuned. You know, I mean, we got a lot of stuff to still go over, you know, and then before we jump in the moment in the present, there is some violence that's been going on, but be safe and be careful, especially during these tough times and the holidays. People may not have money like they usually do, so there's going to be some strife and some struggle. So just be safe. All right. I love y'all. This is your man, Fawn Angie, on Social Climate. You guys enjoy. Take care. Throw on the theme song real quick. You guys let me know what y'all think, man. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Share. You know what I mean? We're going to have a lot more stuff coming up for y'all. I'm going to keep it going at least one a day. You know, if I can, 2 a day. I'm going to have them popping out, though. You know what I mean? So, you guys enjoy.
We bout them good times when the skies is gray. Them sour lemons, we turn them to lemonade. Turn rain to sunshine, elevate to one mind. Demonstrate just one time. Come together and combine. The economics we showing. Industries we moving. In the streets we growing. Turn a black coal into shimmery and golden. Self-esteem perfect. Give a child dreams, cause you definitely deserve it. I don't wanna lie no more. All I want's the truth for you. All I want's the truth for you. I don't wanna lie no more. All I want's the truth for you. All I want's the truth for you.
The Truth for Youth Foundation, an association created for the betterment of all youth, all cultures, ethnicities, and backgrounds. Our fight is to equal the playing field for youth whose ancestral history and cultures have been left out, misunderstood, or misrepresented in the environment they are subject to learn and be evaluated in. We want to raise awareness and funds that can go toward programming and curriculum that boosts individual growth, self-esteem, family structure, community development, and maintenance.
Hey, I have a good one. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.